Oh, we're live.
Everybody breathe very loudly into their microphones for the next 2 minutes.
I don't have a microphone.
You just get close to the computer, babe. I could breathe double as loud for you.
Thanks. Are we live now?
Yeah.
We are? Oh, that's great.
They can't see us, but they can hear us. So if there's anything you've ever wanted to say to a bunch of people without them seeing your face, now is your chance.
No.
Okay. No skeletons in the closet for Anastasia.
Specific.
Oh, there are a lot, but
Not ones you want to tell.
no.
Hit that like button, everybody. Also, somebody hit the dislike button before we even started. Like as soon as we put up the thumbnail. Show yourselves, you coward.
It's
I
probably
know you're out there still.
It's probably very punctual people.
they're just angry that we weren't early.
Yeah.
A half hour early. At least we're within like 10 minutes of the start time today.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
It's true. Somehow we could blame this on Ryan and his non-existence here today, right?
Sure, Ryan's kind of like our supervisor.
Hey, we're live for real. Well, we're already been live,
It's
but
us.
Hello.
live from this small box. But hey, internet connection's good. It's always a
All
positive.
right.
Welcome to the Gaijin
Who doesn't love a good small box?
We're talking about Japanese music news, and we got Anastasia joining us today, filling in for
What's
Ryan.
up, Anastasia?
Or you can pretend Ryan transformed into Anastasia. Either way, it seems like she always replaces Ryan every week.
No. It was Ryan one time and then Champ one
Wasn't
time.
it Ryan like twice?
I think she took over for me one time. It's just that her and I look so similar you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. All right, I figured. How you guys doing?
Yeah. Wave, how are you doing today, man? I heard you had a busy week this week.
I'm good. Yeah. I did something kind of insane this week. Are we talking about our weeks right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I started recording a cover of Band-Maid's Thrill, which I chose because I thought it would be easy.
That's
and-
so cool.
I started doing it on live stream, like the whole process I was live streaming.
The learning of it.
Yeah, learning it and then recording
Fuck
all
you
the
and your
tracks and
easy
stuff.
live streaming.
What'd you say?
I was like, fuck you and your easy live streaming. I was kidding.
I was literally
I'm jealous
live
of
streaming,
everybody
like, all
able to live stream without difficulties.
Dude,
I'm kidding. I'm messing
I had
with
to
you.
restart on Wednesday. I think I had to restart my stream like 5 times because my sound card kept disconnecting.
Oh,
Like with Streamlabs, it was fighting over the audio interface. So I like wrecked my YouTube channel's notifications for the week with
well,
that.
damn.
But anyway, it was really fun. Have a surprise guest that is singing on it, and it should be out sometime this week. I hope.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to that. A surprise guest, huh?
Yeah,
Is it
Nice.
you in a dress?
you'll have to wait and see.
Damn. I'm
So
hoping.
you were saying that you thought it was going to be easy, but it wasn't, huh? Like Thrill,
No, it
not
was
as easy as it sounds.
surprisingly more complicated than I expected it to be. Because I would say
Really?
it's like one of their simpler songs,
Yeah, that's always my impression.
audibly.
Guitar wise, for sure, simpler, I think, but it's very repetitive. Very
And
repetitive.
drums. Like most Akane songs, I'm like, it's so insane. It's like a panic attack trying to learn those pair drums. But
I think
Thrill
the
is pretty
bass
simple.
bass is probably the hardest thing in that song, right? I would say for the most part. Or what do you think? What do you think was the most difficult to play?
well, like the studio version bass was a lot simpler than the live version because Misa like spiced it up in the newer live version.
Oh,
But,
okay.
I don't know. The bass solo was actually pretty simple. I think the hardest part was the guitar solo.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just like the
Interesting.
sweep picking at the end of it and stuff, which I never really nailed.
I
But
never even noticed that she's sweeping.
Yeah,
at the end of that
she
solo.
does a quick sweep. I get.
yeah,
Huh.
just little triad sweeps. But yeah, anyway, it was
That's cool,
it was
man.
more
I look forward
complicated
to
than I
it.
expected to be.
So we're both gonna have a cover of Thrill. So you're gonna have to definitely dress up as
Yeah.
a maid.
They're very, very different covers
Very
visually.
Yeah, our cover was like pretty close to the original, I guess. I mean, I just made the solo a little bit more complicated, but I think that's all I did really different.
Mine was a lot lower effort when it comes to visuals. But
Oh, you were saying. I'm sure it's gonna sound good, man. Your covers always sound good.
thanks.
But
I wanted it to be kind of a stepping stone. I mean, the whole point of it was just getting used to playing in front, like live. On live stream, it's as close to playing live as I can get right now. So just like you're in a different headspace when you know people are watching. You're more determined to nail your parts. And so I want to start practicing, like learning and performing on live stream.
I love
for-
that that's
be a better
where your
musician.
mindset is at for that, because I have literally the exact opposite sentiment in my mind, where it's like, yeah, for the exact same reasons, I will not pick up a guitar on stream because I don't want to expose myself like that. I don't want to. You have more faith in yourself than I'll ever have in myself, my friend.
it is nerve-wracking. I mean, it definitely is, like, to do that. I've done it with vocals, and it actually helped. It actually helped getting other people's opinion. I thought that was cool, like, so people could
Yeah.
give like immediate feedback where they'll be like, "Oh no, that sounded weird. Or, try another take." And I'm like, "Cool, I'll try another take." So that was fun. I did that with the System of a Down cover, and I was like, so I could see where it could be like fun to do, because then you can get an immediate opinion from someone right away.
Mhm.
Hey, guys, did you like that? And then they could be like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, but I
That's-
don't want them to say no. I don't want to hear them be like, "No, that sucked," and
That's
then
the
I'm
thing.
done. I'm out.
It helps
It'll
you
never
get
happen
like
again.
comfortable with failing in front of people.
Yeah.
Anastasia,
And
you
not
ever
being
do
so
anything
self-conscious.
like
You know-
live on?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I always oh my god, my cat chewed my cord. God damn it. I always promise myself that I'll go live, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram Live or whatever. It's very early for Anastasia. Yes, it is very early for Anastasia. I always promise myself that I will go live when I go to the studio and record vocals. And every time I'm so determined, and I wake up early and I do my makeup and I pick my clothes and I'm like, okay, everything is done up, everything is ready. My phone is charged, we're ready to go. I go to the studio and I'm like, next time. So that never happened. But I always want to, because like I can sing. It's not like, I mean, not that I never like, you know, my voice doesn't crack or like something, you know, I don't go flat or sharp or whatever. Mistakes do happen, but like I feel like I'm like Champ, like I'm horrified of like going flat on one note within 3 hours, that I'm like, oh my god, my career will be over because of that.
Right. Exactly how I feel. It's just
So,
like,
Yeah,
it's like, hey, I could talk as long as you need me to about music, sure, and I could pick up a guitar and record it and put it out there and feel pretty good about it. But the second I'm put in front of, like, it's different to play in front of a band on stage, you know, because I always feel like they can cover up my flaws.
yeah.
Like, I got these partners they're like here to be like, oh, don't worry, buddy, if you fuck up, we got your back. But when it's
Yeah.
just you, there's nobody to blame but yourself. That's a terrible feeling.
Like you could put all this effort into the editing and the mix and everything, make sure it's perfect for the final presentation. And it's kind of magical when you watch the final product, but then like live streaming the process just takes all the magic out of it and reminds people you're just some idiot in your room.
You're just
Trying
a
to
human being.
Get it right.
But it's also the thing is that a lot of people that would watch that kind of live stream, they have never done music and they don't really understand that even people that like, you know, band-maid and love bites, they go to the studio and they do fuck up too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, and people don't even
What?
people.
They fuck
But that-
up. I don't believe
Well, I'm
you.
sure
No,
they do
I'm
hear
kidding.
it.
I'm kidding.
You know, like,
I mean, we'll never hear it, but they.
exactly. We'll never. we never hear it. And people that never done music professionally, they feel like I had this guy who came to the studio with me, and he saw the process of like doubling the harmonies and like, no, let's re-sing this. And he was like, I thought singers go to the studio, do a couple of takes, and that's it. And I'm like, no, you know. And I feel like a lot of people still have that perception of like, you just go to the studio, you do a couple of takes, and you're done. But that's not the case. So like, that's why like I have reservations of going live, because like some people will understand that that's the natural process, you know. And sometimes you even want to try different things on certain things, and some of those things wouldn't work, and that's okay. But they would expect you to go to the studio and just like completely like finish the process.
There is some places that are really like that though, because my buddy, he went in recording school. He said he got so used to musicians going in there and just nailing it in 2 takes, where like that these are like professional like day in day out, all they did was train. So there is some studios, they're like that. If you don't go in there and you don't nail it in 2 takes, they're like, get out of here, you're wasting my time. And you're still paying them $200 an hour or something crazy price. But you're right, for like I think for like, you know, average musicians, I guess you could say, I want to say average musicians, but you know what I mean, like maybe not as like on that professional level. Some of them will go and they just go in there, nail it in 2 takes. Because I remember my buddy James, he tried to go into one of these studios, and he wanted to do the solo over and over again, like do things, and the guy was like, nah, you're wasting my time, like, and like had him go, which makes sense that like he should have showed up and had.
They want you to have it down.
Yeah,
like, they want you to know exactly the part that you're playing, and they want to get it in and out. Like they don't want you to go, oh, you know what, it might be cooler if we tried this time on this run through instead of this, right? And they're like, no, dude, like we're not trying to figure out your song, we're just putting it on paper here.
I think nowadays people do creative sessions all the time because everybody has their own equipment. You know what I mean? Everyone does their own creative stuff. I think more studios are flexible now because nobody does that as like they used to do like back in the day where they just like go in and stuff like that. I mean, there's still studios like that, but even like pop singers, you always see how they go in. They'll do 1 take and they'll just fix it up after that. They won't even give them a second chance to do another one. Right?
Is for.
Yeah. Yeah, they really like streamline it. Like if it's a factory or something. Like,
well, it's like
like a truck
with
like toy truck.
With pop, they're just like, if you fuck up, we could just like auto tune this shit and like you know, like we're gonna fix everything in post production. It doesn't matter what you do in the studio. We could just pull in, you know, the intern from down the street, you know, we'll replace you with their, we'll just fuck around with it a little bit. Suddenly it sounds like.
What were you about to say, Anastasia? Sorry.
I was just, you were talking about the studios where you go in and you're supposed to have everything done. But that means those people are sound engineers and not producers, because producer will always be like, oh, how about this? How about that? You know, it doesn't matter well your song is done, how well everything is like perfectly done.
For a production setting. For a production setting, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so but it's a sound engineer. They're not producers, so they will be like, okay, give me 2 takes and we're done.
That's true.
Wheels will start spinning and be like, let's try this, let's try that.
You're right. I forgot about that. You're absolutely right. If you have the producer on your team with the band and stuff like that, yeah, they'll do creative sessions with you. And they'll charge you for all that also.
Accurate. Wait, Paul Wilson coming in with the $5 super chat. He says, I tried to think of a message but gave up. Sorry.
I love that.
I know. That in itself
you should be
great.
Sorry, Paul.
Thank you so much, Paul.
We really appreciate it.
Be sorry. Don't thank him.
Right. So Anastasia, how was your week? Or what have you been up to? Or how's it been to pass since the last time you were on the podcast? How's it been?
Any new projects in the work?
I managed to have 2 surgeries. So that's why I don't have any makeup right now. My hair I pulled back because I can't reach it.
Surgery on what?
If you want to answer that.
No, yeah, you don't have to say that. You said you couldn't reach your hair, and my mind immediately went to, wait a minute, does she have like something on her back that's like stopping her from moving or something?
No, it's just been an ongoing issue. I had 6 surgeries with that stuff, and it's I mean, it's not a secret, whatever. I just don't think it fits the the podcast.
Yeah, it's fair
It's
enough.
fine.
You don't have to say
It's up to you.
anything you
You
don't
can
want
talk
to say.
about. We talk about the weirdest stuff. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, but I actually because I also can't really sing right now because I'm very. I think we had this conversation how proper I am when it comes to singing and support and everything. So like I will not sing unless I can fully support myself, and I can't really engage my muscle right now. So I haven't been singing. So I've been
But
writing.
you told me to just go through it no matter what. In our extended podcast, you're like, it doesn't matter if you're sick or anything, just sing.
Oh yeah,
anyways.
it
No, I'm
doesn't
just
matter. But I mean, if you physically can't engage
I'm just
your
fucking with
muscle,
you.
like that's
Yeah.
different.
You don't have an extra muscle? I thought you would have developed another muscle to sing upon that muscle or something.
Yeah, don't all singers develop a second singing muscle just in case the first one doesn't work
It's not
anymore?
here. It's in your stomach. Like the support comes from here, so that's where I can't
Yeah.
like engage.
This
Stop!
is how much I know.
Jesus,
about
like-
sex.
I'm just giving you shit because you're
want me to sing right
so
now? I can-
passionate. You're so passionate on that extended podcast where you're like, you sing no matter what, how sick you are.
You're
I'm like,
supposed to sing no matter what. It doesn't matter if
Yeah,
you're
I
sick.
know.
It doesn't
I
matter.
know.
But I was talking
know.
about cold. I was not talking about that you physically cannot engage
Yeah,
muscle right.
I know what you mean. I'm being a smart ass.
But
Ignore me.
then, so this band contacted me, and they have like a really cool angle on what they do. So it's metal with just a tad of dubstep. And the thing is that like I'm a big fan of symphonic metal. This is what I love. This is what I do. But I always had a very soft spot for dubstep in my heart because I danced professionally for a very long time. And dubstep, when you put dubstep into metal, it gives me a way of like actually dancing,
Mhm.
Oh,
So
okay.
they kind of contacted me. He was like, can you write something for us? I'm like, sure, no problem. I'm not doing anything else right now. And on top of that, it's kind of like dubstep metal. And on top of that, their whole thing is about ancient civilizations. And they sent me this email with a bunch of like videos of like, okay, well, this civilization with like Sphinx and ancient Egypt and Atlantis and Mayan and this and all of this like research and all of like everything is about like dubstep and everything is about ancient civilization. So I was like, oh my God, that's like really cool. So I wrote some stuff for them. And
What is the group called? What's the group called?
Karnak, but they don't have anything out yet. They just
That sounds really cool.
I know. They just have instrumentals out, and they just like, can you just write something? And last night, they sent me like another huge email. So I want to like, and I'm obsessed with those things too. Like I love like all this like conspiracy theories of like aliens coming and building pyramids and all that stuff. So I'm gonna watch those things right now and maybe write something else for them.
Awesome.
So,
I love that. I love genre bending in general. If you could be in a band that plays with multiple genres at the same time, at this point, it's always more respectable. You know what I mean? Because it's new. It's breaking the box. You got to be creative to be able to write something like that.
Yeah. That's a style that I've always dabbled with because I was a huge Skrillex fan and obviously a rocker. And like I made a whole album in 2016. Terrible quality, but trying to meld like rock music with dubstep, and so I'm really excited to hear that.
Yeah.
Let's finish.
Anastasia, have you ever listened to Passcode?
To what?
The band Passcode.
Oh, that's
No.
true. She might
No?
like passcode.
You might want to give them a little check out, which they'll probably be on our top 10 list today, right? They
Yeah,
might
I
be.
think they're definitely being mentioned today.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
have
definitely
some new
somebody
stuff.
worth checking out if you like the idea of like metal and sort of like an EDM or dubstep type of thing being put together, because they're my favorite band that does that currently. Worth checking out.
Cool.
What about you, Alan? What'd you do this week, man?
Try to figure out internet issues.
Always a good time.
Always. It's on 2 weeks now. I'm using lesser quality internet, and as you guys see, it's working perfectly. So it's definitely an issue in my area. So that means I have to move again. So yeah. So that's just I'm not going to go into that again. I've already talked about it on my live stream, but yeah. So, but other than that, I mean, I played another show and it went really great. It's just like a 2-person thing right now. We're adding a third member actually this week, Eric came back. He joined back in the band, so we're gonna keep it a 3-piece, and it's kind of turned into this comedy / music act now. And
Wait, what? Hold on. You just kind of, I feel like you just like the main story you just set aside. So you're back in a band with Eric, like from Dyko Deck?
Yes. So Eric's back. Yeah. So worked out things with Eric, got that back set up. So he's doing the reactions and stuff with us again.
Wow, that's kind of crazy, man. Like, that's awesome. I feel like this is real. This is news that we should have been putting out there.
I'm sorry, just the internet thing beat the shit out of me these past 2 weeks. Right. I have like no emotions.
Catch up on sleep.
I've been
you just get beaten down that
I've
much.
been so sleep
deprived.
deprived. I haven't been fucking sleeping. I've been just writing music, and which is good, but also not having internet, fucking freaking out most of the week. So I'm like, yeah, I guess like any good news is just like, okay, yeah, that happened. That's cool.
I know the feeling, my dude. That's
like,
called depression.
Fuck. But oh, by the way, shout out to the Motley crew for just because Ryan Muir looks great this week. Yeah, did a super chat. Love it.
Yes, thank you, Motley crew.
So. But yeah, so Eric came back, and we've been working on that stuff. He's gonna start learning some songs, integrating, kind of get him on bass. He hasn't really played bass before, but he has a really good sense of rhythm and keeping up with the beat. That's why I did a lot of the rhythm guitars and stuff like that. He's always good at coming up with stuff like that. So I think him going to bass is gonna be pretty well. And since we all connect really well, all three of us. It went good, but other than that, I did do a show. I did one with another artist, local artist, that you guys have seen on my channel, Liz Tina. That went really well. That thing that I had to learn 40 songs for. And so I did like 4 gigs this week or something like that. But yeah, the whole comedy thing with playing music is going really well. So, I think we found something and good reviews and stuff overall. So, we're just gonna keep doing it. People seem to be liking it.
Fun.
So
when you say comedy, do you mean like the songs themselves are like comedic, or are you playing a song and then like doing a comedy bit and then playing a song?
That's what's weird about it. So like the songs aren't even funny. They're serious songs. They're like regular whatever lyrics, that I wrote. But I kind of just take those serious topics that I'm talking about, and yeah, they're just like bits in between. Or I just go out and start fucking with people at the bar. And then I get people to come up, and then I normally get random people to come up and sing with me and stuff like that. And so yeah, I just do that. So everybody loves it. They're like, there's like, you're pretty much, the general sentiment was you're crazy. Guess I'm watching. So it just works out. So I just go be crazy on stage and do that. So it does feel good. I just love playing on stage. I really do. So it's been wild, and this is only like my 4th, 5th time ever like singing and playing. So, and it's been going well. These last 2 been going well. My first 3 was horrible, nervous, wasn't confident, stuff like, but now that it's like my voice is developing, it's getting better. I think it's getting better to some certain extent. And the vocal coaching's paying off, and everything's just coming together. So, but yeah.
Very nice. Sounds cool, man. Also, no less busy than you were the previous couple weeks, but seems like you're enjoying it now, at least.
Yeah, I just want my fucking internet to work. That's all I want.
I'd be dead without my internet.
Yeah, like I figured out the solution like after I had to cancel the Bay Metal thing again with Wave. Sorry guys. Wave and we're gonna try to do it this week, right, Wave? I don't know if you can, Wave. I feel so bad. I have a solution now. I just gotta do it from my son's bedroom, and we're good.
Whatever works.
That's what I'm doing.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
So
I gotta tell you, the fact that I don't have an office, right? Like obviously you could see behind me, right? That's my bed. That is such a downfall. Like if I could walk across the hall to my son's bedroom and record stuff, I feel like I would record stuff far more often. But it's like when you have to set up every time or like things don't work properly, it really is like a real tough thing to start, to get into that zone. Know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
No.
I saw people in the chat just saying about Eric with guys. He can't do this Sunday morning, so I don't think that would be a possibility. Maybe if he ever gets time off, maybe. But
Yeah, and we might not always, there's a chance that we'll have a podcast that's not on a Sunday one day or something like that. Maybe an additional something or other that he might be able to be a part of.
But yeah, that was my
Eventually, we plan on getting everybody on the internet on our podcast, all right? So
yeah.
eventually,
Yeah.
everybody that
Speaking
has
of that,
anything to do with music, they're going to be on here.
there's a lot of interviews coming, guys. There's a lot of interviews I'm working on. Your guys are going to see a bunch of scheduled streams popping up here on the Gaijin Guys podcast and stuff. So, getting in touch with correspondents from JROCK News. We got the guy that did the Fox News article. Joe, if you're out there, shout out to you. He's going to be coming on, talk about his experience meeting Baby Metal and stuff like that. And the news article about the whole reactors thing. He was part of the guy. He was the guy that did that. So he's coming on. So that'll be a fun extra podcast. So we're going to be starting to do extra podcasts here on the Gaijin Guys thing. The main show will always be on Sunday at the same time, but there's going to be some extra like interview stuff with people that are into the Japanese music scene. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Have you guys heard anything about Baby Metal? Are they coming back? Like, what's happening?
Has there been an update since the last time that we played like any of their clips?
There's just a lot of snippets of stuff, a lot of teasing, a lot of milking it,
Yeah, we still haven't gotten a date, right?
Still haven't gotten a date. Oh,
it's a bummer.
What about you, Champ? How's your week? How was your week?
My week was full of nothing new, my dude. Nothing new. I wish I had more to report. My buddy from Thailand came over, spent some time over with him. But musically speaking, it was kind of a chill week for me. I don't think I filmed once, to tell you the truth. But I will say that there were some new songs that I listened to that came out this week that I thought were pretty sweet. Just a couple that we'll get into a little bit later on the podcast.
Sweet.
Yeah, but nothing new to report with the life of Medium.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing that came out. The band-maid community cover video came out this week. You guys should check that out on Orange's channel.
Bjorn.
That's very cool. I watched it when it premiered. Check that out. They're also still looking for musicians and stuff for that. I don't have the flyer up, but they're looking for musicians. And I think we did post their Discord in the Gaijin Guys Discords for you guys to join, so you guys can get more information on that.
Who's looking for musicians?
Orange is the whole band-maid community for the.
I don't know how much we're supposed to say about this.
Are we
allowed to just talk about this openly?
Yeah,
we talked about it on the podcast before, but like especially drummers, bassists, singers.
Singers was the biggest thing.
We're set on guitarists, but everything else we could use more of for sure.
Yeah, to the point where I actually had to say I'm not going to play guitar and to move over to bass. So we had somebody else to cover a different instrument.
Dude, we got to send you a bass.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't have a bass. I have elected to play the bass. I do not have one. I might just play on the very low strings.
Could I just do?
Maybe I'll just down tune my guitar very, very low to the point where it sounds like a bass. Can you do that? Is that possible? Can you make a guitar sound like a bass by down tuning it that much?
Anastasia, can you sing in Japanese?
Thicker strings.
I mean, I can sing in Russian, so I can probably sing in Japanese.
Yeah,
try
there
it.
you
Why
go.
don't
You
you
just
try
have to
it?
sound it out phonetically, right?
Yeah, you should try doing it phonetically. It could
It's all
work.
like 2 or 3 letter.
I could ask Vicky
syllables.
too. Vicky could do one, of course. I mean, I always forget about that. She did the other band-maid cover. She sings in Japanese, and then my buddy Grant also can sing in Japanese, but it'd be a guy vocal version. That could work, I think.
I think that would be cool, man. Like, why not?
He has a little bit of an accent, but it'll work out good, He
kind
did
of
good. He
accent?
did good with the Attack on Titan one. You could just hear it. He has a more. Vicky has it like down where you can't even tell. Like when Vicky does it, she's like practiced it for a long time. Where Grant was really impressive because he streamed it. He streamed himself doing it, like slowing it down on YouTube and just like really phonetically owning it. It was really impressive. And that was for the Attack on Titan cover that we did. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would just find someone in New York who speaks Japanese to like train me as opposed to like do it on YouTube.
That'd
There
be
you go.
sweet.
Hey, I could do drums for one, do guitar for another, do bass for another. There we go. Could fill up 3 songs. I have my
You can
drums.
rotate. If you have the ability to play multiple instruments, you might as well do it, right?
Yeah, I was like thinking about that. I don't know what the stipulation is on that. I don't think it's just one person per. I don't know how they're doing it.
Can someone teach me how to sing in the next 6 months? Because I'll sing if somebody teaches me how to do it. I can't carry a tune. Can you teach me how to do that?
I can tell you right now, you can learn how to sing, and you probably could get pretty far in 6 months. You'd be surprised if you practice. If you practice every day and honed in, you could do it.
I mean, you'd be shocked at how much I actually do practice very badly by myself in my room and never get any better.
Don't practice badly. You're gonna undo all the good things.
Yeah.
I don't think there have been any good things that have come out of my vocals.
No, it's just you got to practice properly, I guess you could say, like, and record yourself a lot. That's how I did it in the beginning, and then I got a vocal coach. So that's the biggest thing. I think it's important to have. That'll expedite the process for sure. I started off with those whole Ken Tamplin videos. He had a bunch of videos, and actually that gave me a really good bass. I got a really good bass off that.
The guy that did all the different voices, could imitate anyone.
That's a student. That's a student. You're talking about Anthony, I think. 10-second songs. Are you talking about that guy?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, anyways,
Tamplin sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a pretty well-known vocal coach, but I remember I had gotten his videos and stuff like that, and that's how I started off. And then I went to Sam Johnson, and I did live sessions with him. That's pretty good. But yeah,
that has a good idea. We could
ahead.
start rewriting the Japanese lyrics into English, working with the translators and stuff.
That's true.
That would open it up to more singers for sure.
That would be an interesting idea. I would love to hear what it would sound like.
Because then, more people would be able to understand what the original songs are talking about,
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, half their songs, at least the choruses, don't have actual lyrics in it anyway. It's just like, oh, or some kind of onomatopoeia so that people could sing along in other countries already. But the verses, yeah, sure. We could get the Americans to understand.
Yeah, there you go. Get something like that set up.
Sweet.
So let's go ahead and did everyone talk about their week? I think we all talked about our week, but definitely, guys, if you're interested, hit us up on the Gaijin Guys Discord. We should have a channel on there that shares band-maid Discord, and it has all of our other individual Discords and stuff like that. We'll put Anastasia's on there too, so you guys can check hers out also, because you have Discord, right? Yes, because I'm in it. Yeah. But so let's get on to the news. The first one, Champ's going to lead off with us. It's this new project where they're trying to find bands. Is that what it is, Champ? Something like that? Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna thank you, AJ Hilton, for posting this in the first place. But there is this. I guess the band's name is going to be Brand New Band Story. I think that's pretty sure that's the name of the band. At least that's how it's worded right here.
Yeah,
but
that's
basically
what it says.
Yeah, so it's a competition. It's like an audition competition where they're getting these bands together that are competing against each other to be able to play a live show with Bish and My First Story. My First Story I've never heard of before, but Bish I think we all know, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of My First Story. I think it's the one that's like the brother, or it has something to do with One OK Rock or something, like the two brothers or whatnot. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I'm probably fucking that all up, but it's something like that.
Yeah, this is I have no idea. I'm gonna take your word for it on that one.
I could be making shit up, so like that's a possibility.
I trust you, even if you're wrong. I still trust you, Alan. But yeah, so I'm just gonna read it. What AJ posted here. He said, the production companies WAC, which has Bish, BIS, ASP, and Empire, and the production company JMS, which has A Crowd of Rebellion, Crystal Lake, and Wagamama Rakia, all bands that we've talked about over on our podcast recently, have teamed up to run auditions for a new band called Brand New Story. The initial audition was held on July 10th, and 4 groups were accepted into training camp starting on July 19th. Now, they're going to be playing at this Viva La Rock Festival and they get a major record debut with Columbia Records out of that, which is nuts, honestly. Like that's a huge deal right there. Everybody knows Columbia Records. Now I've actually did a little more digging into this, and again, I don't want to be wrong about this because it's really hard to find some of this information because it's in a different language, and know exactly how confirmed it is. But from what I saw, 2 of the bands have already been eliminated, and there's only 2 left.
So the vocalist from My First Story is the younger brother of One OK Rock. So okay, I was in the realm. I was right. Wow.
So, they're already pretty late in this.
Yeah, so it's like, what's today? The 17th, and the training camp starts on the 19th. Now, the way that this is worded, it seems like all 4 bands remaining are going to be in the training camp. So I'm not sure if there's only 4 or 2 left, but from a story that I read earlier on one of those JROCK news sites, which was translated into English via Google, it said that there were only 2 left. If we could take Google for its word, I'm not sure. Google Translate is not always your friend.
They didn't save like the VOD or anything like that, as from what AJ was saying, I think, in the chat, right? Like it was just up and then it wasn't there anymore. I guess they streamed it. Are they streaming it again? Does it say anything about them, how they're streaming it, when they're doing that?
Not from what I can see here. I'm assuming we'll get new information as this progresses. Maybe once after the 19th, when they start this training camp, quote unquote training camp, we'll probably get a little bit more information. We'll probably get some stories about what happened at the training camp, and they'll give us more updates on what's going to come next at that point. I would hope, at least.
Right. Yeah.
Someday when we should get a Japanese English speaker on our staff to like help us figure stuff out that we don't understand.
Yeah, honestly, really, what we just need one on the podcast every week. But if he's just like somebody that could poke his head in and be like, "Hi, you guys were wrong about this, by the way."
Right. I'm working with Ray from One Eye Closed. He's in Japan and he speaks English fluently. He's from California and he's over there.
Sweet.
So hopefully he'll be able to get on. He's just really busy because they've been playing shows and stuff. So that was the goal, is to hopefully get him on and help translate some Japanese bands and stuff like that in the future.
That'd be sweet.
Because there is some bands I was able to get a hold of, but they're like, hey, you need a translator and stuff like that. So it's just working out those details. Hopefully can get that set up soon.
Cool.
And get that going. But I met one of the guys from JROCK News, is Andrew White, and he was at the show for the Whiskey Go-Go, and it's really cool. It's just a cool little mention here. He mentioned the guys podcasts and stuff in there, and so I thought that was pretty cool. So there's like a part 2 article. So thanks, Andrew, and I'm hoping to have you on soon. So keeping in touch with him so he could tell us about his experience, like reporting on these Japanese articles and stuff like that. So he did
and if any of you guys ever miss like our podcast or anything, like obviously we recommend you go check out this website because we love this website. Big fan.
JROCK News.
Yeah. And so he loves that we use the articles and stuff that they spend time writing on for it, and we appreciate them also. So, and they did a really good job explaining this, and it's kind of like my sentiment towards it too. You know, I know a lot of people were saying they weren't getting into, but I really think a lot of people were just shocked that they were standing in front of Nemophila, especially after, and he kind of explains that like after seeing him on a screen. But later on, I have a really good snippet, you know, because they're going to be showcasing the whole thing. Like everybody does start jumping around and stuff at the end and everything, to what we're allowed to do while we're there. And they got way more into it. But it was really cool. I like how he wrote up this article. You guys should go check it out. He really talks about everything in super detail. And, of course, you guys are going to see it on Nemophila's site or wherever they're going to be playing that video. I think it's the same platform that Band-Maid uses, right? The Zyko or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to be showing that whole thing on there. Here's some of the
It's
pictures.
already, the archive's up already.
Oh, the archives are already up.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
the live stream was yesterday morning at like 4 a.m. my time, but it's up for the next week, I think.
So, he did.
Only a week, and then they're taking it back down.
I think so. I don't remember. It's usually a week on Zyko, I think.
Yeah, I love how like he went really he just like he described the show perfectly. He did a really good job writing this up. So you guys should go check it out. Got some good pictures. It was awesome meeting him.
Yeah, and by the way, if you guys want to see some of that Nemophila show, like if you just want to test it out, Nemophila did post their own. It's like a 30-minute video, but they have Dissension up there live. So if you just want to get a taste of it. Yeah, if you want to just get a taste of what the concert is before you pay for it or whatever, you could always do that on their channel.
I'm trying to imagine Haraguchi-san saying, "I will destroy you."
Oh yeah. Well, it was if you watch the beginning of the review I did of the concert, it's hilarious because I got Mayu singing "I'm gonna like kick your ass" and it was hilarious.
Yes. That's awesome.
I love that part. So it was funny. I was telling the guys before we started a podcast, I was like, I didn't know he was going to be recording a response, and he was just like, "Hey, what'd you think of the show?" I'm like, "It was fucking awesome." And then he just put that in the news article. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Oh, did you want an actual in-depth review? Because
just well articulated, Alan. We appreciate that.
Yeah. He's like, explanation was unexpectedly short, but to the point. Fucking awesome. Like,
he's watched your streams before. He knows that you can talk for a long time if need be.
Right. So there's another YouTube reactors that were, I guess, they're two girls from Dana's Faith. I've never heard of them. Check them out. I guess they like Nemophila also. So yeah, support some other reactors. I still mean to go check them out, see what they're about. So I'm assuming it's probably another band, and that's awesome. So it's awesome that there was other people there. I didn't see
Dicko Dick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spelled Kodak wrong, right? So, but anyways, point is, so there's the stream premieres. It was on July 16th. So yeah, like Wave just said, it was yesterday. So a little behind on that one, but very cool. Have you checked out a lot of Nemophila, Anastasia?
Oh my God, I have like the biggest crush on the lead singer. I can't contain myself.
Get in line.
She is so cute. I can't stand it. Oh my God. So that's why I can't really talk about it. It's not gonna be it's gonna be X-rated material.
It's
gonna be X-rated. Please tell
X-rated
us more.
fangirling.
Yeah, I haven't checked out like as much as you guys obviously, but I know their stuff. I used to be a spin instructor like a long time ago, but now I give classes to myself, and like Nemophila is like my go-to thing to listen to when I'm on a spin bike. So yeah, I like apps. I love. Oh my god! If I saw them, it's fine. We can't talk about it.
I feel the same way as you. I feel the same way.
She is so hot, and like the whole like, I showed her to my girlfriend, and she was, and then I basically had to like shut it off because I'm like, babe, like you're getting too.
It's okay for you to say she's cute, but I don't want you to think she's cuter than me. So we're gonna have to turn this off.
Yeah, I just love their energy.
Yes.
And her screams are so different from like usual growls. Like I almost feel like she like fries scream. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like fry vocals and screams. So like I hope she's taking care of her vocals because the way she screams, I feel like I mean she knows what she's doing. Obviously, I'm sure she knows what she's doing. But like
a lot of people are worried about that.
Really? I'm not the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she screams so like it almost sounded a bit abusively on your vocals.
Yeah.
It's like it's not false chorus. She almost like, sings.
Yeah.
So
and that's like
her voice during the Zepp show I watched.
Oh, did she?
But I don't know.
She did at Whiskey Go-Go also. She was starting to get tired at the end. So yeah, I do think she has to like probably change up how she approaches the screams. But she still sounded great. She pulled it off. And I know at concert, I think Waves talked about it. Was it the Line Shibuya or something like that? That DVD?
Yeah. Well, it was the Zepp show that they did with Loudness. It was
okay.
I can't remember which Zepp it was, but. But that her personality though, and that energy from the music, it carries like from her personality too. I was just watching the Young Guitar behind the scenes. They just put out behind the scenes from the Zepp tour, and she like all the other members walk up past the camera and say hi, and they're like just really chill. And then she comes just like hopping down the street, and she's all crazy. Like she's just a fun person. It seems like.
Yeah,
She definitely she's got the personality, and that's like half the battle for me. You know, like I need the personality too. It can't just be the music. I need to like the people in the band a lot of the times nowadays, especially after all the bands that I used to love back in the day, and then heard these terrible things about those people, and you're like, oh shit, I still allowed to listen to that band. You know, if you like the people in the band, you never have to worry about that.
like I mentioned before too, I really liked her screams live better than what I heard on the actual like recorded stuff, because it wasn't.
Oh, yeah?
They don't have the highs up as much. It wasn't as shrilly, I would say. That was my only thing.
Interesting.
So the mix definitely makes it sound a little bit higher than it actually is. So when you hear her scream live, but you could tell it's just like a full-on scream. She probably has really good vocal training on her clean vocals and stuff, like, because it seems like she has good control, and she sounds like a really good singer. But like, I think it's just with the screams. I think that like, and that can tire you out no matter what. Even doing rasp incorrectly too can tire out your vocals. You know, I've had that.
Well, that's the
happen to me.
thing,
yeah.
right? It's just having that vocal fry in general. Like in any situation, it always just like it strains your voice just a little bit more than clean vocals would, right? Ryan Muir, also, by the way, in the comment
look
section
who's
right here, Mr. Ryan Muir, he just said, I just read a thing about Mayu and how after she left Lipstick, the band, or they stopped or whatever, she learned how to sing more properly. She said her screams are easier than her cleans, which is interesting. I mean, you know, especially considering it does. I think the thing that I've always noticed about her vocals, I constantly mention this in my reactions to her, is it sounds like her cleans kind of blend into her screams very, very easily. Like there's not that big shift from clean to so I could see how that would be. It's almost just like a continuation of the raspiness, right? Until she gets that full out on banshee scream that she does. But that's probably a lot of strain. Listen, I'm not a singer, so I have no fucking idea what the hell I'm talking about. I just assume, because when I do anything raspy with my voice starts to feel scratchy afterwards.
Another
right?
thing
So,
too is she's running
even just
around.
talking.
She's running around on stage. You know, that's always going to play an effect. You know, that's the main reason why I keep my cardio up, is because even this last show I just did, it wasn't as bad. You could tell it's helping. But like running on and off stage and running back and forth, goddamn! I remember first time I did that ever doing vocals, I fucking almost lost my voice. I couldn't even sing. I was like, "This is horrible," because you're like,
that's great.
You're trying to like, you're like,
That happened to me.
and then I was like,
Dude.
I gotta start running, so that's why I started running every day again. I was like, because
Like,
it'll fuck you up.
but like, look at Ginger. She's been growling for like 10 years, and she it's known fact that she doesn't take care of her voice. She smokes, she never vocalizes, and her growls are just like, they even sound very like soothing. And then she switches between her cleans and her growls, and it's just like those full scores are just like so soothing. And then Nemophila, it's like that
It's a very different, like the way that they get there, right? So like in Ginger, Tatiana will very like her cleans and her growls feel so separated from each other.
Yeah,
There's no like
that
slow
rhythm.
transition from clean to growl. It's
Yeah.
you know, growl, and then her cleans are like you know, airy and very like nice and soothing sounding. While Mayu is, it's like this kind of slow progression from clean into it instead of a big shift. You know, so I don't know how that affects.
I
your
don't think
vocals.
she growls. Like Nemophila, I don't think you can qualify it as a growl. I don't.
No,
think
I agree.
It's a
more of
scream.
I scream.
Yeah.
Banshee scream,
So
but I love it.
there's
I
some
love the
people
sound of
that
it
there's
so
some people
much.
that will like probably say too, like with growls you can probably control better, right, Anastasia? Like
well, because it is your full scores. I actually am having a session with this band that An Ocean of Silence. They're not like famous or anything, but they contacted me and I saw their stuff and they're amazing. They're all like conservatory trained musicians, and one guy is growling, so he's gonna teach me how to growl, because I can growl a little bit, but
Hell yeah.
I don't want to hurt my cleans. So he's gonna teach me how to growl. What did you ask me? I was at it.
oh,
I don't know, I'm
like
more
that she can
interested in
control
you
the
just growling now,
growls
though.
better than just screaming. Like there's more
Well,
control that's
growls are not
involved into it.
supposed to hurt you. The thing is
Yeah.
that a lot of people will still hurt their clean vocals in the process of learning how to growl, because there's so much stuff on YouTube, and I look through it and I'm like, no, that's not. And I
Not
don't
all
know
good
how to
stuff.
growl correctly, but like just from understanding my clean vocals, I'm like, there's no way this is the correct way of learning how to growl. So if you growl correctly, like Tatiana, she doesn't take care of her voice, but nothing happens. She goes through the whole. I saw her show. It was literally, she started up here and she ended up here. It was all perfect. So growls are not supposed to, you're not even using your voice. You're not using your vocal cords. You're using your false cords that are around your vocal cords. They're specifically there to protect your real vocal cords. So they're not supposed to hurt you. Yeah, you're not even using your voice. You can growl for hours and hours and hours if you know how to growl correctly. So yeah, I want to learn how to growl correctly, but I will never scream, and I will never put fry on my vocals.
I got a question for you then on that. So for me, like I think I figured it out finally. I have to do this weird thing where I imagine the rasp is like at the roof of my mouth and it doesn't hurt my voice. Before I never did that. I would just like add rasp or go like or whatever, and I would lose my voice. So is that like the same when you're adding raspiness to your voice? Like is that the same kind of idea? You gotta get a little bit.
When you add raspiness, those like fry vocals, there is still a pitch. You're still using your vocal cords. You're just adding that raspiness.
Okay.
When you growl, there is really no pitch. It might be somewhere over there, but you're not really growling on pitch. But you can use your fry vocals and you can use the raspy vocals on pitch and actually sing. Who's a good example?
Would that hurt? Does that hurt your voice though over time, or do you think it's safe to do that? What I'm doing, or like singers when singers do that?
That's a very big question.
You mean rasp?
Huh?
You mean adding rasp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in reality, if you do everything correctly and if you have correct training, nothing should hurt your voice. But in reality, 90% of the time, you're gonna hurt your voice. So I had this teacher for a very long time. Like she is so technical with voice, and this girl came to her and she had clean vocals, like very, very clean, like mine. And she was like, "Hey, I sing rock and I want this like cool, sexy raspiness." And my teacher put that raspiness in her voice, and now she has like raspy voice, but it's very healthy and it doesn't hurt her. So I'm not like a big expert on like fry vocals or raspiness, because like my voice is so crystal clean that it would hurt me to put raspiness. But again, like David from Disturbed, I mean, he goes from growls to screams to fries and it's just like, it's perfect. And he had such a long career and he still sings amazing when he sings clean, and he performs all the time and he doesn't get tired. So yes, if you do everything correctly, nothing will hurt you. But in the process of it, you definitely can hurt yourself.
You think part of it also has to do with like your natural vocal tone? It's like, I feel like for me, my voice always has rasp in it.
Well,
no matter where I'm singing.
Oh, but when you go, yeah, it does. But I mean, raspy voice has nothing to do with your growls.
Oh, okay.
It's completely different. It's a completely different muscle that you're using.
That's what I was wondering. Okay. That's what, like, it is a whole totally different thing. Pretty much. I was just and like you said, if you do the right exercises, make sure you have it right, it won't hurt. Because it doesn't hurt. Like, it did hurt for me when I first did it, and then I stopped doing it, and I just focused on clean only, because I remember my coach was like, only do clean vocals. Don't do anything yet. You got to master that first. I'm like, all right, cool. So I did that, and then afterwards, he showed me how to push with my diaphragm, where it would just naturally start breaking up, and without it hurting. So, and I was wondering though, like, even though it's not hurting, does it still affect it? Maybe. And he said no, like, as long as you're doing it right. So that makes sense.
Do you wake up, you feel like nothing?
No, I don't. The only time I ever felt like that is if I would drink. When I wake up, if I drink, that's the only time that I ever feel like that.
Probably when technique goes out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This happened to me once. That's why I stopped doing that. Like, because that's definitely, technique does go out the window when I drink. It goes out the window for sure.
I have a quick question. Like, so would you say you're good as long as you don't like feel it, as long as it doesn't hurt, and you're not losing your voice?
No, because just because you feel good doesn't mean something is not going to hurt you in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you know if you're practicing good technique?
You would have to get a good teacher. That's why I'm scared to learn how to growl from just online, because I don't know, those people, they might be hurting themselves in the long run, like it might not hurt.
Yeah.
But like 10 years later, you're going to lose your voice. Like even Christina Aguilera lost her voice for a minute, like there was a point in her career when she couldn't even sing for a year because her technique, she's a fantastic singer, but she still hurt her voice, because she didn't know it was hurting her voice.
She's one of the best of all time, in my opinion,
Yes,
vocally.
absolutely.
But you're absolutely right that when you listen to her, you can notice her doing certain things, adding that rasp and the growls. I always thought her growls were her false chords, when she goes into her Christina Aguilera growl. But I do remember hearing that she was really struggling with being able to get the tones right with her voice for a year or two.
I know, like it was like 8 years ago, something.
About a decade ago.
And I'm like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, and then and Raheem just mentioned Miley Cyrus, because I bet you anything, like give her 10 years. If you guys have heard what she's doing with her vocals nowadays, I think they sound great, but they also sound like unhealthy the way that she's doing things. It's so much rasp.
And she's covering Metallica now, and it's just like,
yeah. But I going back in time and just thinking about like a lot of my favorite bands, pretty much like 75% of the bands I used to listen to back in the day, like the new metal bands and stuff like that from the early 2000s that used to do all that screaming and stuff like that, a lot of the vocalists end up having issues or having to get some kind of surgery, whatever it may be, needing to take a break for a while because they just can't continue that style of singing a lot. And I think a lot of that has to do with improper training from the beginning. How many screamers, growlers realistically in metal bands got vocal training for years before they jumped in there? I'm sure there are some, I'm sure maybe many, but I'm sure there's also a lot that just were like, hey, this band asked me to join, I'm gonna sing because I got a cool scream.
Yeah,
you never know what's gonna happen 5-10 years after that.
So I will update you in a couple of weeks, in a month, on my progress with growls and how to growl correctly, because this guy is amazing.
That's awesome. That's really cool that you found someone that you can trust to like hopefully guide you in the right direction, so you don't mess it up. Because there's a lot of singers, that I've heard of that just ruin their vocals like after doing screams, or like I've seen like metalcore singers go from screaming to doing clean vocals. Those metalcore bands always changed all the way to clean, and they're just like, you can tell they damaged it a little bit,
Who's a good example of growls? Like, to me, Melissa Bunny, she is a perfect example of like, it sounds very healthy and she doesn't use a lot of growls, and her cleans sound amazing. Like that's exactly where I want my growls to be. Like,
did you interview her, Alan?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, she talked about she has technique down. Like she has it down.
She is like, you listen to her growls and it's almost like something like there's like, I don't know how to even explain it. Like it's just perfect.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like flawless. And somebody is asking, do growls hurt the voice? We would just answer this, but we're like Anastasia was saying, is like when they do growls, it's the false chords, so it's not really affecting the actual voice, right? Did I get that right, Anastasia?
Properly.
Well, say it again. I'm sorry. I just my patron. Just
they were asking about the growls, and I was just reiterating what you said earlier about how it's using your false chords, so it's not actually affecting your actual singing voice, right?
Yeah. Have you guys seen Elizabeth from Charismatic Voice? She posted a video of. So like he's not even, and it's so weird how it was like spiraling inside of his like throat. Like he's not even using, like he's growling and then he talks and it's a completely different muscle.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know how he learned. And I'm like, how don't you know? Because he's like, I don't know what's happening in my throat, what's happening with my false cords, my vocal cords. When I growl, I just growl. And I'm so surprised he doesn't know, because his growls are fantastic. Like Lorna Shore is amazing. And he has so many different layers on his growls. There are so many different types of growls. And like he's telling her.
Some people are like that. Some people are
Yeah.
like that. There was a good screamer here that was just like that sound from Lorna Shore, and I was like, how the hell? And he'd even need a microphone. You know, there's some screamers where it's so
No,
quiet
he's just
and they have to put a microphone, but then there's the really good ones where like they just can project it without a microphone. I'm like, aha, what? So,
Maybe they learned from Sesame Street. Cookie Monster growled.
Cookie. Yeah, there you go.
Cookie Monster taught me all I needed to know about doing metal vocals.
There you go. Yeah, lots of Cookie Monster. Well, back to the new stuff and getting back on it, but it's very fascinating with all the vocals.
Oh, actually, I did want to mention one other person though, because we were talking about people that affect their vocals, and I was thinking about Axl Rose because he had lots of issues with his voice also, even though he never did like screams or growls, but it was just the idea of him doing something unnatural with his voice. It was just like, that's not his normal voice. His normal voice is this deep, sort of very masculine tone, but when he sings, he sounds like that, right? So
Yeah.
like and he had a lot of issues, and it's just because when you're not going with your natural voice and you're trying to do something that is against your body, it's going to have a negative repercussion eventually.
I feel like the best example that everybody knows, if you watch Britney Spears when she was 10 years old, she has this like deep, big voice, and now she has nothing because they made something in this baby voice, and like there's nothing at all left.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it happens.
That's crazy. That sucks. Can you get that back though? You think she can? No.
I think a lot of it too
you-
might have to do
yeah.
with the way a person takes care of themselves and their health. Like,
Yeah. For sure.
if they
I will
quit
say
working
also
out
on
and
top of that
eating-
though,
Right.
there's like, I'm sorry. I was saying on top of that there are like management groups and stuff like that will recommend vocalists sound a way that the management group would want them to sound. And that kind of forces them into changing the sound of their vocals, which is not necessarily going to be a good thing for them in the long run also. And I know that happens with like K-pop, for example, where they'll say like, we want this member to sound different than this member. So they'll ask them to kind of change their style so that they're a little bit more, it's obvious when they switch from one to the other. But that's not good for that second singer, that's trying to sound different just for the sake of sounding different.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So back to the news stuff. And we have Hyde from X Japan coming out with figurines. I don't know what this is.
I
What's
saw
up
that.
with
It's
X
awesome.
Japan?
I want it.
They're all doing weird. We got energy drinks, from the drummer. The famed X Japan guitarist and solo artist Hyde is getting an exclusive figure from the company SH. And there's a little video. I haven't watched this. So there's a little commercial for this. And it's not going to play.
Let's see.
I
Is
love
there
how they made
sound?
this look epic. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Yoshiki drums.
I wonder. They put in the chat, got to get the money before people forget about you.
I don't understand why am I hearing drums but they're showing the guitar?
Right.
Yeah, I know.
It is kind of funny.
I know that. I thought that was interesting too. So there's this new band that it spiked my curiosity. I'm definitely gonna check it out this week. So it's Japanese neoclassical trio Sources show gothic edge and bite music video. I hadn't heard about this band, and it just showed up on JP Records, and I was like, huh. They had me. I used to like playing neoclassical leads on guitar and stuff with old metal band I was in, Scordatura Vita. So like I have a special thing in my heart for like that style, just doing that sound, or we'd add it to like power metal songs and stuff like that. So I was like, this is
How would you define
very interesting.
neoclassical leads, like on a guitar?
It's like it has the sound to it.
Unlucky
I wish I had
Morpheus.
my guitar.
Is it more
Yeah,
like
Unlucky
modal
Morpheus
playing?
would
Like,
be
Unlucky Morpheus, man.
Unlucky
moving
Morpheus is a
out
great
of
example.
The main, major, and minors, and doing more. Different
Yeah,
modes?
I wish I had my guitar because I have riffs that I've written. I have tons of neoclassical style like riffs because
Sweet.
I was in a couple power metal bands, and one of them was like a death metal band, but not. It was a combination of like power metal, but with like harsh vocals, and it was like, you ever listen to like Symphony X? They have a lot of that neoclassical style. Michael Romeo does it a lot in his guitar playing. There's a couple songs. It'll probably get blocked. I would
love
show
the
you
sound of
guys,
that.
but I'll have to show you that. Maybe I'll show you when we do the Baby Metal concert. I'll show you a little snippet of some old Symphony
Okay.
X. But so this is a little sample of it. I haven't heard it yet. I'm looking forward to checking it out. So we'll just go. So like I said, this.
Oh, so it's actual violin.
So it's because it's two violin players, right? If I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah, and a keyboard.
Should have looked at the picture.
Would you
And-
say Nightwish is neoclassical?
No, they don't really use that style of riffs. Like I for me, it's like I wish I could play it, so show you guys what I'm talking about. But
That's a good question, Jay.
yeah, I mean, I guess not really though. Maybe they have songs like that. I haven't heard a lot of Nightwish. I've heard only a few songs, but I don't know. What do you think, Anastasia? You think?
I'm actually Googling this. Hold on.
Okay.
I was because like the first thing I thought of was Unlucky Morpheus, just because they literally play like metal, but like in classical
True.
modes, you know. So that is by definition neoclassical. But
True,
I think
true,
that
yes.
most neoclassical bands typically have more than just. Well, actually, Unlucky Morpheus has a violin, so it does make
I
sense.
would
Yeah,
imagine
fine. Stick with
neoclassical is pretty wide spectrum because
Yeah.
classical music has such a wide range.
I mean, do you play with modes instead of scales? That
I know,
that'll
I
tell
know.
you something right there.
I wouldn't consider Nightwish neoclassical.
No.
They're still, I mean, I really have to research more about neoclassical stuff. Like, it's my understanding that it's basically classical music from 21st century. And Nightwish is not, they use
No.
elements of classical music, but it's still metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when you listen to Symphony X, they have like these long pieces of like music, like in their leads and stuff that go on. But then they mix it with other genres, of course, in there. And there's a really good example, and I can't remember the name of the song. I know it's off of Divine Wings of Tragedy album. I haven't listened to that album in so long. I'm going to listen to that album after the stream. It's been so
like a
long.
lot of it might have to do with the structure too.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
It's not like the verse, chorus, bridge. It's more the way classical music would be constructed.
Going on an adventure.
Yeah, there's like this particular song that I have in my head. Oh, Charismatic Voice has reacted to Symphony X. Oh, cool. That's cool.
We all love the charismatic voice, right? She's awesome.
Yeah.
I love her.
Asterism came out with another song. They're just popping out covers. I think this is another anime, if I'm not
They're
mistaken.
killing
It's
it too.
from Noragami Arigato, and the original song is from Oral Cigarettes. I actually know the original song pretty well. It's a banger, really good song.
Okay.
And compared, they did an excellent job with just a 3-piece to make it sound as full as it does.
Man, I was on a live stream. I forgot I did a live stream. I think it was Friday with my buddy Joey, and somebody requested Asterism, and we checked that out. It was so good. It was a live one. I can't remember what song it was. I'll post it up for you guys, but it was
They're
pretty
so
cool.
insanely talented for their age.
Yeah, how old is the girl, the guitar player?
I think she's 20 right now. Or
I heard she
I
started
can't
like
keep the ages straight.
They're good. They're
Someone
really
else
good.
in the
They're
chat
very
room now.
good.
They're really
Good is an understatement. They're like at the ages that they're at, they're way better than most people can hope to be.
Yeah. This is a little
19 years
snippet
old.
of it.
There you go.
Is this the new one? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't
That's the
play too
chorus
much of
right
it,
there.
but-
So they're actually playing the vocal melody of the chorus. The lead is doing that right now.
Yeah. Did you watch it, Champ?
Oh yeah, I watched both the original Oral Cigarettes version, and then I watched that. Then I watched Oral Cigarettes version, and then I watched that again. I really
dang.
wanted to do
That's a good
a
idea.
comparison, but because I already knew the song, I already knew I liked the song, and I was like, okay, what exactly did they leave anything out? Did they change anything? And really, it's just like the song is already pretty hard rock and it's fast and stuff like that, but they basically just took all of the vocal melodies and put them onto the lead guitar, and then added a little chunkier, heavier parts to it. But it sounds so good even without the vocals. I just think that her lead playing it's talking guitar. It's like Slash. Like it sounds like it sounds like the guitar's talking to you. It's perfect.
I love doing those kind of things. You know what? You just gave me an idea. Maybe for the band-maid thing, I should talk to Orange about this. Be like, let me do Psyche's vocals just in lead guitar, because I love doing that. It's so fun.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely worth trying.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the songs
I've already done it with so many of the songs. I've already done it with so many courses already from them, because when I was doing the scale thing, now that you're just mentioning that, because it's so fun to do. That's actually how I write vocals, is I just write leads on guitar and then just match it with my voice afterwards.
Real
That's
quick,
when you
while
know
we're
you're a
still on
guitarist at
Asterism,
Yeah.
because
I
I
was just
watched
about
the
to ask
Asterism
you.
song too.
I was about to ask you, Wade, what you thought about the song, because I know you said you
Yeah.
listened to it.
And Two-Way Bug, no worries. I already watched it. And my video should be up sometime soon. But anyway, like Champ was saying, I hadn't heard the original, and I still haven't. That was a good idea to do them side by side. But I would imagine they put a lot of creativity into this structure and this arrangement, because there were so many different soundscapes throughout the whole thing. Like, it seemed like there was a recognizable motif, like, of the lead, but then there were so many parts throughout that, not repetition, that you hadn't heard before, where they were building different soundscapes and fresh sounds all the way throughout. It was really cool. So
Definitely.
Does the original kind of do that, or did they?
The original did a good job of sort of like how I love to harp on when bands change second verses from the first verse. That's always a big thing, because I think that creates a new soundscape, and you can take that first verse and the second verse and combine them later on to create a whole third new soundscape. Right. And they kind of did already have that going in. I think Asterism just did a really good job of taking it and kind of just, this is how you eliminate the vocals and make it so that you don't miss the vocals. That's mainly what I got out of it.
So there's vocals in there. Okay.
Oh yeah, the original it's more vocals than not.
Yeah. Okay.
It was for an anime, Noragami Arigato.
Yeah. Sweet.
Very cool.
I got to check out the original then.
You guys should listen to Oral Cigarettes in general, because this is a band that I've never done any reactions for on my channel. It's just like one of those bands that I've kept on the side for me personally to enjoy, because they're really cool, man. They are a really cool, like, funky rock band that's done a ton of anime OSTs and stuff like that, but they're actually really talented too, and they kind of traverse the landscape of different genres also, but they always have that little bit of funkiness and that rock in them.
I think I remember you talking about them before, and I keep forgetting to check them out.
I need to check them out too. I've heard like one or two songs, but I can't.
They're super popular too, but like, that's the thing. Like, nobody in our comments, nobody's ever been like, "Yo, react to Oral Cigarettes" before, and I've put them on polls and stuff like that too, and nobody's ever voted for them. So I'm not sure why they're not. I know they're really popular. I know a lot of people like them, but it seems like our people that are following our channels aren't really that into them, and it's interesting to me. I wonder why.
The Oral Cigarettes did a two-man with Passcode last year. Okay, awesome. That's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. They got a clip of Baby Beard playing a baby metal song, and they did Papa Ya, little clip of that. I think they did a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job. They were doing the dancing and everything, and all of them were singing it. So a little snippet of this. It's a fan cam. That's pretty cool. I know it's just a fan cam, but somebody caught on camera. I
Wait,
appreciate
who
it.
is that? Is it an actual band or what is this?
This is Baby Beard. This is Lady Beard's other new project they started. He had another band called Lady Baby, and they just started this last year, or right in the beginning of the pandemic, and they're covering a baby metal song in that clip.
Well, I know the song. That's why I was like, who is this? I feel like Lady Beard. I feel like somebody by that name actually contacted me like a year ago. Oh my God. Okay. I gotta research that because I got like requests for a reaction video or something. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look at it later. But I was more into like symphonic metal or like hardcore like death metal. And I'm like, I don't know if but it's just so interesting that this just popped up.
Yeah, he might have done that because he did. I knew him through Vicky. That's how I met him. And then we did an interview, but I know he was messaging a lot of reactors or whatnot because he's asked me which reactors to request from. And that was, guys, I think that interview was almost is it almost a year or no, it was like 6 months ago, 7 months ago.
Oh, here we go. I did find it. It was January 6th.
Yeah, that was then. Yeah. Because your name was mentioned in the conversation. That's why I was like, yeah, I think it was only like 6-7 months ago when he's looking for reactors and stuff like that. Because
who is he? So he's a producer. Like, what's happening?
He is a cross-dressing wrestler that sings and dances.
Was he in this video?
Yeah, he's in this video. Yeah. Here, I closed it. Let me pull it back up.
Oh wow. Where's he from?
He's from Australia, but he lives in Japan now. So yeah,
it's so cool because I feel like when he contacted me, like I looked at it and I'm like, well, I don't know, I'll look at it, and now he has like all these followers and everything. This is so awesome.
Yeah, I really liked his project that he had with Lady Beard. Baby Beard's still good too. But I did really like his older projects. Some of those songs on there were really good. But this is his channel. Just pulling it up right now. So this is him right here. I can't play too much, but yeah, check it out though. Check it out.
I know why I didn't because he doesn't do metal though, right? It's just like
no, it has metal in it. No, there's some where it gets heavy and there's guitar solos and stuff like that. They have a producer and stuff that works on that, does leads and things like that. So they do have those in there. They do. He does have metal in it. His older projects, I think, were a little heavier on the metal side than this newer one. I don't know, my opinion. I'm trying to pull up this next thing.
Send me the link to like the heaviest one.
Yeah, for sure. But it's always had like this dancing like style to it, along with like metal. It's just like upbeat metal is how I kind of look at it. Pretty much.
Cool.
So Crossfaith announces their tour. Of course, I know they're going to Aftershock, but I didn't realize they're going to play a lot of gigs. It's kind of hard to pull up the picture, a little hard to see. But they're playing in Atlanta, Georgia. They're playing in Missouri, playing in Pennsylvania, New York, playing in Boston, Massachusetts. So they got a lot of shows here. Chicago. They're playing the Aftershock Festival. I didn't know they were doing so many other shows, too, because I don't think they're coming to Texas. Wow, they're not coming to Texas. Oh, yeah, they are. They're going to Austin, going to Houston, Phoenix. So that's really cool. So they're going to be touring the whole month of September over here in the U.S. So you guys should check them out because they look like they are a blast to watch live, honestly.
Is there any way you can zoom in on those dates?
I can't. Yeah, I already tried. That's what I was trying to call out. But go to either the Gaijin guys Discord because this tweet is over there, or you can go to their actual thing and it'll show it to you. It'll show you on there. But they do have the tickets they're on sale right now, and I'm gonna say, guys, if you like metal and you want to be pumped up, this guy's like the greatest hype man ever. I mean,
yeah, for real.
From the concert shows that I've seen, it's just like, I mean, I listened to the recorded versions of the Crossface songs, and they're all right. They're okay. They're good. But, man, when I saw the concert versions, I was like, oh, wow. Like, this looks like so much fun. And they have, like, these electronic synths and stuff that they use in their music. That's really cool. But, yeah, I don't know why it won't let me get in on the link. But go to their site. It has all the dates. They're pretty much touring the entire month of September, going into October. And after that, you know, of course, we have band-maid. They're coming. Everybody's coming in September and October. It's crazy. So,
cool.
Yeah. I didn't know they were going to do a whole, like, tour setup. And they're going to be pretty close to me. So I was like, God damn it. I'm kind of regretting getting the Aftershock tickets. Kind of.
Because now they're all going to have their own shows.
I know.
Everybody's going to end up having their own shows.
Nemophila? I guess you already saw him.
Nemophila, I already saw too. Like, and I'm like, like, I guess there's a bunch of bands that are gonna be Aftershock, but yeah, I just saw Nemophila. I can go see Crossfaith, no problem, you know. And band-maid, of course, I'm going to like 3 different shows, so I don't know. I was like, oh well, I'm still gonna go to Aftershock, but I'm just like, damn, could have saved some money there because I was able to see them individually. But still cool, guys. You should check them out. I really highly recommend checking them out. Give them. I think it's worth at least check out our show, because they do look like they have an absolute blast playing live. And Honeybee has been pumping out short little covers. I think I got a link. We could play a little bit of it. I checked out a Honeybee's song. They did a cover of an Ado song, or Ado. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
Someone just brought up Ado earlier.
And I loved both versions, man. They were so good. I was reacting with my buddy Joey on stream on Twitch, and man, I can't remember who requested. Shout out to you, whoever did. We checked out both versions. Oh, they're both really good. Really, really, really good. And apparently did another cover. It's like Bubble featuring Uda/Eve, covered by Hanabiye. And here is, I'll play a little snippet of it. Have you checked out Hanabiye, Anastasia? Have you checked this band out yet? Oh, they're really good. It's more on the progressive side. So I'm not sure what this is a cover of, guys. I'll play a little bit more. I can't play a lot of it, but let me know in the chat what cover is this from. But yeah, check it out.
Bubble, but not a band-maid cover.
Yeah, it was Ado's Odo was the name of the song. Bugnish, you were the one that requested it, right? And it was good. I fucking loved it. Like even the original one was like amazing. So both versions were just equally as good. So we had Asami's birthday not too recently, and I love how they come out like with shirts for their birthday. Like they all have like their own like special like merch that comes out. So her birthday was on the 21st, or is on the 21st. So
she looks like a doll. I can see.
She does look like a doll. Or I think I'm reading that right. But yeah, it's really cool shirt. It's really cool how they have different shirts and stuff. So
yeah. I love the font that they use for all of their merch.
I'm trying to see what her actual birthday was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 10.
They like invented their own font.
It says it right.
It's like gothic classical.
I was like, when's her birthday? It says it right on the shirt. But they're only available till the 21st. So you want to check those out. I don't know how old she is. How old?
They keep all of these like age of a lot of like Japanese singers, and it's just such a top secret. Like,
yeah, I think they, if you find the year, like if don't they have the
actually
year
that's
of when
accurate
they're
though.
born?
A lot of like I'll notice like with the pro wrestlers, like the female pro wrestlers, you can't find the year that they were born. You can find their birthday, but not which year it's from.
That's crazy. So Nemophila, like we were just talking about, they just had their gig, their first ever gig in LA at the Whiskey Go-Go, and they have an autographed image will be presented as a cover image after distribution ends. So I guess they're distributing some limited time merch. So let me know in chat more about that. I couldn't find a lot of information about that one. I'm not sure what they're getting at. So this is what Google translated it to, but very cool. Passcode, their tour. Is Passcode going to come to the U.S.? Do you think they'll ever come here?
I hope so.
Have they been here before in the U.S.?
I would see them if they did. I don't know if they've come here prior to now, but I mean, it's such the type of music is even more niche than I think most of the other Japanese rock that we listen to. They'd really have to find, like, they'd have to know that they're going to be able to sell out their concerts before they come over here.
What's so different about them?
So this is the one that I was talking about earlier that I recommended to you, where I said that they're like EDM/metal, but they're like,
let me write that down.
Yeah, so they're really, I mean, you just don't find a lot of people, you know, that really like both of those genres at the same time, which is a shame because I think that they go together quite nicely, especially when Passcode does it. But I you know, just from my perception, it's like if you are that eclectic of a sound, you're not coming over here and hoping people walk in the door and buy tickets right before the show or something like that. You got to know that you're already going to be like selling those buildings out before it's even worth it to come over here. So I don't know. You know, America is not as open-minded when it comes to music, generally speaking, as the Japanese. So I hope so. I would definitely be a part of it.
You should definitely react to it on your channel. Dude, I would definitely give a reaction because I'm hit and miss with Passcode. Like sometimes I really like it, sometimes I don't. I don't know. It's hit and miss for me, but they're really good.
Yeah, they have such a vast variety of sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like one song to the next, it never sounds like the same band, you know?
I will say the one thing that I'm not sure Anastasia would like about them is that they have a lot of production on the vocals. Like they intentionally, you know, that's the sound that they're going for. They love to have that sort of like auto-tune sound, like all the time.
A vocoder sound on their voice too.
Yeah, vocoder song, exactly.
The Nemophila thing, just going back real quick, you scan the QR code and a pic comes up with their signatures. Just to clarify on that. Sorry, champ, go ahead. What were you gonna say? My bad.
No, I was just tying up the bow, just saying, like, you know, if it bothers you to not be able to hear clean vocals or something like that, Passcode might turn you off.
Yeah, I gotta check them out. Yeah, I do like big, clean voices.
Yeah, they might drive you nuts.
Yeah, and there's 4 of them, so it's an idol band, right? So it's like they have a band. And I think, you know, I was actually reading up about this too. I think one of the issues. Okay, so listen, I was reading about this 2 hours ago. I don't know why I didn't just say, well, we're talking about this, but people were discussing the potential of Passcode coming over to America, and one of the issues was that because they were an idol band, a lot of other idol bands are able to travel around without an actual band behind them, right? It's just the people up front, the idols go travel, and then they'll have like a backtrack that they'll play over. But Passcode has become so synonymous with actually having a metal band with them that it makes it more difficult for them to travel, you know, across the world with like 11 members in the band or something like that.
Why can't they do it like Baby Metal did and have like a different band for?
Probably because they don't have the money that Baby Metal has to be able to hire.
I think they're making
bands
good
that they
money.
trust.
You don't think they're making enough? You can get
I think that they're doing fine, but not Baby Metal.
Get a
not Baby
West
Metal
Coast
money.
Passcode band. Look how Baby Metal is different. Like you play Baby Metal to like an average American person that doesn't know about Baby Metal, and it's like a culture shock. But Baby Metal is huge in the States, and they come here and they perform and they pack not stadiums, but they pack nice venues. Like I saw them live here. So Passcode maybe does have, you know, a good amount of fans that would actually pack some venues.
You would hope so. I'm just like, you know, if Baby Metal, they could go wherever they want in the world and just like hire whoever they want whenever they want because they have Baby Metal money. You know, I don't know what kind of money Passcode has to be able to pull that one off. But that was, I'm not saying nobody was saying that that was
Passcode was a lot bigger for some reason. I didn't know they weren't that big. I thought they were pretty.
Because if they've had quite a few albums, but
yeah, okay.
I don't think they get the numbers. Not Baby Metal. Again, Baby Metal is that's level.
Yeah, there's a whole other level for sure. I think they would do good. I think they could do good here. I really do. I think they could. I think they could hit up on the younger generations. You know, You know,
I mean, I
Maybe.
would love to think that you're right about that. Like, I want you to be right about
but maybe
that.
the screams might
but-
turn off.
I mean,
people.
how many EDM fans are like, EDM needs a little more metal, and how many metal fans are like, this metal needs a little more EDM? You know? And it's just, I just don't hear those comments very often.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are bumming me out with this new band that I'm like talking to. Like they have dubstep, and I'm like, fuck.
No, because you're gonna
No.
find people like me that are gonna be like, hell yes, let's listen
Yeah,
to this.
exactly.
And you know,
People
you
are
get
gonna
your
like it.
loyalty from these parts.
I'd probably like your project more because I'm not a fan of like the constant vocoder sound in passcode. It's just I can't. Like I tried, I legit tried. I tried listening to it more and more. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I think that's an issue for a lot of people. But I will say they don't put a vocoder on the screamer, so that's cool. At least the
Yeah.
screamer is legit.
Yeah. All right. So we have another song. Louder will be premiered tonight from Roselia. Or it's probably not tonight. It was probably a little bit ago. Let me change to the scene here. So they just came out with a new song. They're a pretty good band. I've checked out a few of them. It's the one that the bands that do the anime, but it's an actual playing band that's in there, and then they go and play live festivals and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's worth a check out. I was gonna play the link, but I don't know what happened to the video. Oh, there it is. So this is it. It's called Louder. Play it real quick. So, but highly recommend checking out. It's like that style of music. I really like.
Live.
Huh?
That's like live. You know,
Yeah.
'cause sometimes you go on YouTube and it says live, and it is live, but there's still some sort of like a post production on it.
Yeah.
Like this sounds like it's like raw live.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine for sure.
Look at the packed. I love it because says this is the second stage.
Wow. Is it
that's-
really though?
that's
Is
the
that
second
really
stage,
the audience
guys.
for the second stage?
That's the second.
I feel like
stage.
they're lying to us. There's way too many people there.
I don't know. No, I believe it. You know, they have there's a huge
I'm
fan
just-
base for these bands. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it
Is
is.
this a sister band to Raise a Swelin?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I love Ray Swillen. Man, that bassist singer, I always forget her name. It's like my favorite part of that band. Yeah, I want to see the first stage. How packed do you think the first stage is?
I mean, if that's the second stage, I can't even imagine. Like every show I've ever gone to, the first stage is like 3 times the size of the second stage.
Dang.
You want to talk about the scandal news, champ? Unfortunately, they had to postpone some shows because Tomami is testing positive with COVID,
No.
which really sucks, and they're unable to play the shows in Chicago and Vancouver, which is on the 18th. So they're working on rescheduling the dates with more info on that. But I think you had a little bit more information about it, right, champ?
I do not think I did. I'm sorry.
Am I confusing it
I don't
with a
think I had
different
any
article?
more information about
I
Scandal.
think I'm confusing it with something else. Well, with Bridear, which we're gonna get to. Sorry, fuck that one up. Sorry, guys.
But that
anyways,
sucks,
I
man.
wish
Like
her the
I
best.
feel really bad for them because they're over here now, right? Aren't they
Yeah.
currently playing shows?
Yeah, they're over
Or
here
they
now.
were. Yeah, dude, that sucks. Imagine coming over here to do your tour and then being told, "Oh, you have COVID, you can't do it anymore."
The tickets are
sucks.
gone up like crazy too on these. So I don't know. So the Vancouver one and Chicago one got postponed. So I don't know what's gonna happen to the remaining 3 dates and what they're gonna do if they're gonna stay here longer. And
I
it really sucks.
hope they just move it to the end of the tour. You know, just like say, okay, we're still gonna do this. You know, if you have a ticket, you could come back. We're gonna change the dates to like next month or something like that. That would be what. Because imagine if they had to. They're not going back to Japan, right? Like they're not going to go back to Japan and then be like, okay, we're rescheduling these for like a few weeks after we
come
get
back.
back to Japan. You know,
Yeah,
like got to
that's,
reschedule it while they're still in America. So hopefully it just doesn't end up being a cancellation entirely.
Dusty said
'Cause you-
that the Scandal show was amazing when he went on Wednesday night. So that's cool. So I guess
Very
they
cool.
do put on a great
Awesome.
show.
Thanks for that, Dusty. I'm glad you got to see that too.
Brian says they're currently in Chicago for what he knows. So awesome. Yeah, I really hope everything goes well with them, and I hope she recovers quickly. Hopefully it's just a case of her testing positive and she's feeling okay. So I hope that's, normally that's like the best case scenario, right? You get
Yeah,
it, but you still
definitely.
feel all right.
With COVID, that's always, oh, you tested positive, but you didn't know that you were sick. Thank God, because that's what we want out of that.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, let's go to the ones that you had brought up, and we have Bridear, and about the guitarist leaving. Oh, change the scene.
Yes, unfortunate news from Bridear.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were pulling something up.
I did.
Okay.
It's already up.
So I'll just read this. This is from Bridear's official website. It's called The Notice of Misaki's Withdrawal and New Member Joining Bridear. So due to Misaki's health condition, quote unquote, she's been unable to continue her band activities and has expressed her desire to leave the band. We've been trying to find a way for her to continue her activities as Bridear, but out of respect for Misaki's health and her future life, we have decided that Misaki will be leaving Bridear as of today. We apologize for this disappointing news to our fans who have been supporting us, which is a bummer. And have you guys noticed that like health condition is always mentioned as like a reason that somebody is leaving, but that's like pretty much, that's like all they say. It's like, yeah, there's a health reason. I'm not saying it bothers me that's what, because it's, this is their own, this is their life. They don't have to say anything that they don't want to, but it's just like, it's so vague every time that I'm always like, I hope that everything's okay.
Yeah, they gave a lot more information than I imagined that they would give.
So to continue, it says, in order for Bridear to continue its vigorous activities in the future, we have decided to officially add Mo as a new guitarist. Starting from Summer Sonic 2022 on August 20th, Kimi Ayumi, Mo, Haru, and Natsumi will be performing together. We hope that you continue to look forward to and support our activities under the new organization. And then there's some comments, which you guys can all read if you want to go over to the Bridear website, bridear.world, from the other members talking about how they feel about what's going on here. Do you guys know Mo? I don't know Mo.
No.
No, it doesn't say who she is or what she's from. If anybody in the comments knows who Mo is, if she's from a different band or something, let us know. But yeah, so Bridear is changing their lineup. Seems to be happening a lot with Japanese rock bands lately, unfortunately.
So then you had some stuff about the Down Dope Squad.
So this was interesting. Yeah, so last week we kind of mentioned this in passing, but there wasn't too much information out on it at the time. But so there's this cover band that's been put together, which is officially at this point only doing 2 shows, but they're called the Down Dope Squad, and it's a supergroup of here, I'll just read this off. Down Dope Squad is a hard rock / heavy metal cover project consisting of Maki Oyama, vocals solo. She's a solo artist, that is what they mean. Yoshi, guitarist from Alduis. Hina, drums from TSP. And Rosanna, aka Miho, the bassist from Love Bites. And so they're going to be doing a show on 8/28 over in Roppongi. And they're going to be doing all covers of like all kinds of stuff. Loudness, Earthshaker, Alduis, Maki Oyama, that's her old band. I think it's still going, actually. And they just announced that they're going to be adding Saki from Nemophila to the lineup for at least for one of the shows. So that's pretty cool, man. A supergroup being formed just for fun, just for them to play cover shows. Just, and there's only 120 tickets were sold to the original one. They just put out 120 tickets, nothing else. If you got that 120, you're a lucky fucking person.
That's so cool.
But they had over 3 times as many people apply to try to get the tickets, and that's why they added the second show.
Dang. And they're both
still, I don't think it's gonna be enough.
August 28th.
Well, it says August 28th for the first one. I'm not sure if they added that one to later on in the day or not. It doesn't say otherwise. But that's cool as hell, man. Like, I am into the idea of them just like, think about these bands that have like, they spend all this time recording and playing and putting the band together and doing everything that they're doing, busy AF, right? And then they're like, yeah, but you know what? Let's do this super show because like it's gonna be fun. Yeah, like why not? Yeah, you want to just do it for 100 people? What the hell? Why not? You know, we know we're not gonna make any money out of this. We're just gonna do it for fun. Like that's awesome to me. Like I absolutely love that.
For the fans.
For the fans.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I wonder how much the tickets were.
Like 6,500 yen. I have a
that
poster.
Is cheap, isn't it?
I think that's like $40.
Yeah,
like
that's not bad at all.
No.
So imagine that. It's like everybody knows, everybody knows Nemophila now, at least in our like, little circle and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
No Alduis and Love Bites and stuff like that. And they're all just like, yeah, for 120 people.
Have Love Bites announced anybody on the base?
Oh, they're on the second. They're still deciding on the audition still, with Love Bites. I think that's what we were reading about yesterday. So I think they're in the next thing of auditions or whatnot. They're in the second round or whatnot. But wait, what were you gonna say? You had more. You were gonna mention some more stuff about that.
Yeah, this post. I'm looking at the poster from what Champ was just talking about, and it looks like both shows are on August 28th. One starts at 1:30 p.m.
Oh wow.
And then the second one starts at 4:30 p.m.
So that's crazy. Not only just because they've decided to do it on the same day, but when you think about the fact that they had 120 tickets that sold out the first show, right? And they had 360 applicants that wanted to go. A third of them still can't go. A third of the people that wanted to go still can't go.
Dang.
Because they just like, this is like exclusive. If they wanted to, they probably could have upsold this by at least twice as much easily, and they still would have gotten, like, if they wanted to make money off this, they could have done it, but it seems like they didn't really care.
Wow, that's crazy. Michael says, last I heard from Love Bites official website is their auditions are still ongoing. No news on if they chose a small section to go to the round 2, etc. or not. I think the article we read was saying something about that.
It did, yeah.
They were thanking everybody for trying out, so they were done taking like submissions and stuff. Maybe it was just that only. I think it seems like they're prepping to go to the next stage or whatnot.
That's what I was assuming. I'm just guessing that everybody that they felt like put on a good enough performance via like virtual audition is probably heading over to Japan to perform in front of them live at this point to see if they're gonna be able to make it to the next part.
Do you think Love Bites would be able to like pack tour in the United States?
I think so. Hell yeah.
Water Walker says second round finished early July. They are reviewing.
So the second round's over. So they're already going on to the. Is there going to be a third round, or are they just going to pick someone now? That's the question, right? They could have 30 rounds for all we know,
I think
right?
they already picked someone. I honestly think they, even before they started these editions, they already knew more. Like
I think a lot of people felt that way, honestly. There was a lot of people that were coming into our comment sections that were like, we already know who they're gonna choose. It was I keep forgetting that girl's name.
Ichinose.
Yeah, Ichinose. Everyone like completely believes that it's gonna be her for whatever reason. I mean,
Hades' comment that you have on the screen.
Yeah,
There's a picture of Aya and Ichinose together.
Post a picture together in a building that
Love Bite Studio.
Yeah.
Where's this
I
picture?
wonder why.
Yeah,
which
where
one
is
was
this
her?
picture?
Was she one of the virtual editions?
Yeah, we
they
saw
both
her.
were.
It was like in the first sort of like the first 2 groupings of people that we checked out. I think she was in, and she was good. She was really good. She wasn't my favorite, to be totally honest.
What kind of hair did she have? Because I feel like I
don't remember.
I think she was the one wearing jeans.
Okay.
I know you watched them last time.
With like dark short hair or something.
I don't know if it was short.
Kinda
I think she had
shoulder
long hair. Yeah,
I don't remember.
she was Japanese, if that helps. She was a Japanese female. There weren't that many that we actually saw, to tell you the truth, that were Japanese females. Most of them were like white dudes that were like, come on, let me in Live Bites.
Like me.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe in you, Wave. You're gonna get in. You might still get chosen.
Is that it for the news? Because I have one little bit here.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Sweet. I mentioned this a couple of weeks back or last week or something, but Yoyoka is doing a Twitcasting stream tomorrow. It's 4 a.m. my time, but I think it's going to be up for a week, if I'm not mistaken.
What
I hope
is
so.
Twitcasting?
That's a good question. It's basically a live streaming platform. Someone's in the last stream said it's kind of like Twitch, I guess.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's
I feel like they
going to be
stole the name then.
Kinda, yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Then Twitch stole it from Twitter, so I don't know. Anyway, on the Twitcasting website, the channel name is Kyoto_Taku. That's going to be streaming it. Oh, and the singer of Loudness is going to be performing with her. So that's
nice.
pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Loudness been around. They've been doing stuff lately.
Yeah. They just played with Nemophila last month.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Yeah,
Cool.
Loudness has been like making the rounds, huh? With a lot of different bands and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It seems like they want to play with all the newbies.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
now we got our top 10. We're going to talk about that. I think Champ wanted to mention some stuff. Before we get into the top 10, like I said, we've been going on debating about this in the Discord. Check out our Discord if you want to be part of the conversation over there, or if you have any news articles you think we should talk about, or you might overlook, you want to mention, we have like tabs there to talk about it. We have notifications for all the bands and stuff like that, so all their tweets come in and stuff like that. And if there's a band we're missing, let us know. We'll add it. But we're gonna try something new with the Patreon and the top 10, and Champ's gonna discuss that right now. And we're thinking of slowly making a pop chart also, since there's so much debate between having rock chart, pop chart, what's rock, what's pop, and all that stuff. So I've always wanted to do another chart also, but we just wanted to focus on one thing at a time. So that being said, go ahead, Champ.
Yeah, so I don't know whose idea was. I think it might have been Teresa's idea. Thank you, Teresa, if it was you.
Yes.
But
Thank you, Teresa, for everything.
Yeah, what we're going to start doing over here is, while we do the top 10s, we want to be able to feature some maybe less known or bands that are just not getting featured on our channel very much. We'd like to throw them out there for other people to experience, for a first time and stuff like that. So on our reaction tier over on Patreon, it's a $10 tier, where we're actually going to have a change to that, which I'll explain in a second as well. But we've decided to give one person every week a shout out with whatever band they want to give a shout out to, and we'll feature it on the top 10 when we do it on the Gaijin Guys podcast, like now, just to kind of shine a light on bands that we haven't heard. So it'll be a rotating thing. It might be sort of random that we choose, maybe pulling names out of a hat, but we want to be able to feature some bands. The top 10 it will get. We want it to be diverse, you know what I mean? So we'll still have the top 10 the way that it is done via the statistics, but also give a little shout out to some people and some other bands that maybe haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah, really good idea. Really cool idea. But for right now, we're just doing this top 10 rock, and then we'll be implementing that next week, right? And then
next week I'm gonna pick somebody off of I'm gonna ask everybody on our Patreon, like, hey, what bands do you like? Like, what do you want to get a feature? And then I'm gonna pick something and we'll announce it on the top 10 next week.
Nice. And then sorry, I got a little distracted. You probably already mentioned this. So did you mention about the group reactions now?
No, that was the next thing. So also, if you're on our Patreon, so we've been doing separate reactions. Each of us do a reaction to something every week. I did air quotes in case you didn't see that. We're gonna take those air quotes away, because we're actually gonna do it every week, because we're gonna start doing group reactions. So the four of us are gonna react to whatever wins that poll every week. Immediately following the Gaijin Guys podcast, we're going to do it right after the extended reaction, or on the extended reaction. And we haven't decided exactly how that's going to go yet, but all we know for sure is every week we're going to be doing a reaction, all four of us at the same time, so that we could discuss the poll winner and how we felt about the song amongst each other, instead of us just talking to ourselves.
Excited
I think that's going to be cool.
that.
Me too. I've always wanted to do that with you guys.
And then we'll actually get it done every week.
Yeah.
Yep. Consistency will be added.
Yeah, and Harbros has a really good suggestion here. Overall top 10 breakthrough artist / band, rock top 10, metal top 10, pop top 10, idol top 10. I think those are
man,
some solid suggestions.
try.
You might have to add another show for that.
Imagine how hard it would be to separate the pop and the idols. The pop idol / rock. Like there are bands that definitely fit, but like where would Bish go? You know what I mean? Like it's fucking all three of them.
I was just saying good suggestions.
Definitely.
Yeah,
one
for
step
sure.
at a time, one step at a time. We had a like again, shout out to you guys working on like getting that just the rock top 10 together, So due to my current setup, I'm not gonna be able to play like clips of these songs, but we're still gonna go through the top 10. I'll have it set up next week better. We'll play little snippets of it so we don't get taken down because some of these bands do take down stuff. And let's go ahead and start. So at number 10, we have Fate Gear, Live in Blood, still staying strong. Wow, strong.
Well, they're
Strong
holding
the
on.
charts.
They're holding on at the end here.
Pirate song.
And they're an all-female heavy metal band from Tokyo, formed in 2015 by the guitarist Mina. And all right. And then number 9, we have Cold Rain, Before I Go. And I think, were they on there last week? Can't remember. But they formed in 2007 in Nagoya. I hope I'm saying that right. And all their songs are written in English. I guess I never picked up on that.
They're almost as old as Scandal. Or, I mean,
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah. Bish staying on with Lie Lie Lie. I think that's a really fun song. You guys should check that song out. Definitely check out the Cold Ray one too. But Bish formed in 2015, which unfortunately they are breaking up this year. But they
I'm sad every time we see them on the top 10 because I'm just waiting for the time that they're not on the top 10 anymore, and then they're not gonna be ever again.
But maybe Ina will be putting out more solo stuff. That'd be sweet.
That's really good. Ina's pretty good.
True. See, that's what you could always hope. That's the one good thing with like these Japanese bands, that when they break up, that like at least some of these talented members are gonna go do something else that's worth checking out.
Why are they breaking up?
Did you?
I'm not sure exactly. I'm guessing they just didn't feel like they were hitting the success rates that they needed to.
Yeah. Did you ever check this band out, Anastasia? I think they were on the list when you were on last on the show. I think they were. Number 7, we had Roselia with Frozen Horizon, and
okay, this is the Bang Dream band, right?
Yeah, this is Bang Dream band. And
Sweet.
they're a 5-piece band that's part of the Bang Dream franchise, just like Raise the Swelin. Is there any other bands in this franchise?
I think there's 2 more. Someone mentioned there were 4.
There's 4.
But I don't know what they are.
And then, of course, in number 6, we got Asterism with Unravel. Still staying strong on the charts. I think they still have like
that.
Yeah, I don't think there's so many I have to catch up, man. I should just do. I was thinking about. I'm just gonna do a whole stream to Asterism songs. This seems like the best way. Just do entire band, and of course they had another song at number 5, and these are both one's from Tokyo Ghoul, and the other one is from
Jitsuka.
There you go. So
they've been doing a lot of these anime covers.
Yeah, dude, that's honestly huge. So, we've seen what Sim can do with this, right? Like, and like I was talking about oral cigarettes, but Jujutsu Kaisen is one of the new really big animes that got really popular. It's still in its first season, so the fact that they're doing that theme song is enormous.
Yeah,
especially with their level of talent. Like when those eyes get on them, I think it's going to be big for them because they have the skill to back it up.
100%. That's what you always want, right? Like you want to be able to go, okay, but they're talented also. So awesome. Now I feel okay about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have 4, The Rumbling, and of course they've been on the charts ever since we started this thing.
But they're down to 4 now.
They're down to 4.
Yeah, they've been sliding like one at a time.
Yeah, they slide a spot once every week. And then number 3 have One OK Rock, and it's called Save Yourself. They formed in 2005, played in Budokan in 2010, is one of the most popular rock bands in Japan. The new album Luxury Disease is set to be released in September 9th. I think we talked about that a little bit last week. How many of you have listened to One OK Rock? Anastasia, have you?
I haven't.
No. I don't know if you
I
like this style of
have.
music.
They're on Fueled by Ramen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. They're huge, man.
I've
But
never seen
also they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I mean, it's much more mainstream than a lot of the other stuff that we talk about here.
I'll have
It's
to
like,
check that out.
You're not going to find like 4-part bridges with multi-part solos in it, but like, you're going to find good vocals and catchy songs.
Okay. And number 2, we have Ado, or I still need to figure out how to pronounce that, but it's called Black Backlight, Uta from One Piece film Red. I'm not sure what that exactly means.
Well,
Does
One
anyone-
Piece is an anime.
I know it's an anime, but
maybe this is the new film for One Piece.
yeah.
New movie.
All I
I
know
don't
is the
know.
one
Ado, weren't we just
song-
talking about Ado? Who mentioned that?
I
Ado's
did.
Oda, something like that before.
Oda. That the one song I've heard already by is it a group of people, one person? I don't know. It was great.
Yeah, One Piece.
enjoyed
It's from
it.
the One Piece movie. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay, it's from the movie.
So they have a new movie out.
There's a lot of anime stuff on here. Maybe there's gonna be an anime song top 10.
we might need to break it down even further.
I know.
man.
I mean, these are all anime songs. I just.
But I'm sure it's
realizing
also a
that.
rock song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of these anime songs are rock songs.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. Anime is where it's at. And then number
Mhm.
1, Wagaki Band with Phony, which is a cover, and that's it combines rock music and traditional Japanese multiple instruments, and this is a cover of a band that uses Vocaloid, if I am not
Nice.
mistaken.
Right. We were talking about this last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, so this song just jumped to the top of the charts. It's a great song. I have a reaction for it
That's
coming out
crazy.
soon. It's really good.
Oh,
Really good
I'm so
song.
happy about that, honestly. Like, I did not expect to see Wagaki Band at number 1 today.
Yeah,
That's
they
awesome.
they jumped right to the top.
That's crazy. On a cover song, too.
On a cover
like,
song,
you know,
yeah.
and we were talking about that last week because they started as a Vocaloid cover band, right? And then
Yeah.
they moved on to doing what they're doing now. So that's cool. Like, they went back to their roots and immediately achieved success with it. Gotta love that for them.
That very cool, very cool. And that's it for the show, guys. So that's top 10.
Cool,
and
cool.
A lot of, like I said, we have those Cross Faith coming in, guys, go check out those tickets for that band. And if you can go see Scandal, Let's support them, especially since one of them got sick and stuff. So I'm sure they're going to need all the support they can get, like if they have to get stuck here for a little bit longer and stuff like that. So, really cool to check them out.
Waterwalker just said shocked Atabana from Nemophila didn't make it onto the list. And I gotta tell you, as much as I loved Atabana, and I know that some of you guys did also, I don't feel like it's getting that much love.
It was on the
like-
list, though. It was on the chart. It just got knocked off.
But I feel like, I don't know, this is my personal preference. I just thought it was going to be doing a lot bigger numbers than it's doing. It's just not really knocking it out the park, like popularity wise. And it's
I
unfortunate.
thought it was a great
think that it
song.
deserves to.
I thought it was a great song too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, see, Hadesio says the MV is not even getting that many views. It's not for whatever reason. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah,
Because like Dissension did great, Revive did great.
Dissension's such a
Popularity-wise.
classic. I feel like Dissension's such a good song.
I know,
Oh.
right? Dissension is a classic that came out last
It's
year.
like already a classic. It's not even that old, but I don't know. It was just like when that song came out, I was like, oh fuck, this is awesome. When it first came out, not that the other one isn't, because actually I like Atabana. This is one of my favorites actually. But yeah, Dissension's like 1.5 million views.
Yeah, see that one, and I get that. That makes sense for me.
Yeah.
What's Atabana doing? Like what's that?
That's 214,000.
214, almost 215.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not terrible. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's pretty
that could
good,
be
actually.
worse. On the Japanese music video, the Japanese metal music video scene, that's actually not that bad.
No,
That's
yeah.
pretty good, honestly. I mean, you could look at a lot of those Japanese metal bands, and even like their sub counts are pretty damn low in comparison to what you think they should be. Like an Unlucky
Yeah.
Morpheus or a Passcode or something, way less than they should be.
yeah, a lot of those bands, like, I mean, unfortunately, barely breaking 100. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
crazy to
shame.
me. It makes me wonder if that, like, maybe there's another platform in Japan that people are using to watch these music videos. It's not YouTube,
I think so.
It's
There's
got to
a
be.
Chinese one. What is it? The Chinese
Billy.
copyrights on it. Yeah. That one.
Oh yeah, it could be something like that. Because I there's just no way that only that many people are watching these music videos. There's just no way. You know, like I think about like some of the reactions that we've done that'll get like 50 to 70,000 views. Well, you know that they're getting more than that on the songs at somewhere. It just might not be on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they don't promote it on YouTube. You know, because like through like Google ads and everything. Because it's really really cheap considered. You know. And
they should.
A Japanese band into American market, you throw like $500 on it, and you'll get like 40,000 views. You know, so like I wonder why they don't. Do that.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that they're Japanese social media apps. People are using Nico Nico in Japan and Biribiri, so it's definitely getting traction over there, I guess, which is why we don't see it as much. Also, Walker says the next Nemophila single is set to drop on the 20th of July, which is only 3 days from now. So that's something to get excited about too.
Sweet.
Well,
Guess it's gonna be another busy week.
every week, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Anastasia, go ahead and tell everyone about yourself. Tell them about your channel and give them a little background. In case you don't know, probably should have done that in the beginning. But go ahead, plug your stuff.
So my name is Anastasia Luna, and I do have a reaction channel. I do need to start looking more into Japanese metal because I'm obsessed with like symphonic metal more. Nightwish and Epic and all that kind of stuff, and like death metal and progressive metal. But I love bites and baby metal and all that stuff. But I'm also a singer. I'm classically trained, so everything I sing sounds like symphonic metal, even if it's not. I have a band right now. We're working on some songs, and Alan actually does bass for those songs, so that should be ready. And that actually should be ready very, very soon, possibly within the next 2 weeks, because I'm actually getting a text right now that
thanks for reminding me. I need to record the bass for the last song later today.
Yes, you do, because that's what we're talking about you right now.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that right now.
So
it's ready
Alan
to go.
gives us his bass, we gonna send it to a producer, and it should be done within literally very, very soon. Also, I had a birthday on July 9th, so happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
I did absolutely nothing because
no, you went and got surgeries instead. Crazy.
Yeah, it was literally the day my second surgery was on July 8th. So July 9th, I'm like, well, I can't drink, but I have oxys and muscle relaxers, so
Hook a brother up.
Ozzy says you should do symphonic gangster rap.
What?
I like that.
Yo, I kind of
So
heard
random.
something like that earlier today. Did you guys see that message I sent you about
gangster
Choke?
rap?
Oh yeah, Choke.
Did you hear that? See that message I sent about Choke? So Choke is this very small Japanese rock, I guess rock. Their music is basically like mumble rap with screaming and metal.
What?
It's as close to what you just said as I could possibly think of.
Is it symphonic though? That's what I want to know.
Oh, there's symphonic moments for sure. I mean, it's done with a synthesizer, but you hear it.
I like.
It's weird.
stuck
If you guys
out.
want to hear some weird music, check out Choke.
Here's part of it. I'm trying to
That's
wash it
not
out.
the Choke that I was listening to.
It does not sound like symphonic gangster rap.
That sounds
When you first
literally
said that-
nothing like what I listen to. Nothing.
Yeah.
The opposite spectrum. That sounded like the Beatles.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm trying to find your.
I was like, I don't know, champ.
I was trying to find your.
They just put out a new song. You listen to the new song. That's what I'm basing this off of.
Yeah,
So
because
what
that one debunked everything.
Didn't you have a Stardom thing to share too?
Oh God, we can't share that. That is inappropriate, my friends.
Why is it inappropriate?
I will just say this
I
for anybody that doesn't want to fetishize Japanese culture. do not watch any of the Stardom clips that have been put out by the professional wrestling website. You know.
So can we watch it then?
You can watch it, but I think that you should do it on your own time.
What is Stardom?
So Stardom is the #1 female Japanese wrestling company.
Oh,
And
okay. So
they're really popular now. Like they're probably the most popular female wrestling company in the whole world, not just Japan.
Oh, here's Choke.
And
I don't know if you can hear that.
It sounds really good.
Is that what you're talking about, champ?
yeah, Anastasia's digging
Sounds
it. It
kinda
gets
fun.
I am digging it. Actually.
it gets crazy. But yeah,
right,
if you guys
yeah.
are intrigued in Japanese wrestling at all, there's a clip with Mina Shirakawa and Unagi. That's all you got to type in. Unagi, Mina Shirakawa. Maybe beer. That might
Yeah,
help you
the
find
song's
clip.
called Crisis Phase.
Crisis Phase. Yeah, I think that's the title of their new album also.
That's
And
the-
they're like a really small band. Like they really,
They're really
are
small.
But this is their third album, and I think it's called. I think the first two were called. Choke
Here's the
1 and Choke
comments
2.
that have came in. This is quite different. Album, yes. Banger. There you go. There's your reviews. Those are YouTube
Sweet.
reviews. And fire
Yeah, and if
emojis.
if you guys have a very small band that you would like to get a shout out, like I just gave to Choke, go over to our Patreon, and I'm gonna choose one of those this week.
Champ, I've never heard your music.
You don't want to.
I,
If you want to hear the last band that I was in, they're still playing. They're called Thanatotic Desire, and you listen to them on Spotify or iTunes or something like that. They still play some of the songs I wrote. Thanatotic, yeah, THANATO.
I want you to. Can you pull up an
TIC.
old recording of you like playing with them so we can all react to it?
Please.
It'd be so old, man. It's like it'd be like
funny.
360p and like.
That's fine. That's fine.
Actually, we did a reunion show like 2 years ago, which I was a part of. So there
There
might
you
be
go.
some video floating out there. You could. They have a YouTube channel. It might be on there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
then we
don't-
can show
I
everyone.
want to see this.
We can put it up for the members on YouTube. By the way, shout out
So
to all
just
the
to be
members
clear-
and everyone on our Patreon. Thank you guys so much for
Yes, thank you.
the support and everything. It really means a lot.
Just to be clear, this Stardom wrestlers, those aren't they're not from a band or anything.
No. Well, so I mean, the funny thing about the idol organizations over there is that there are some idols that got started in the idol industry, you know, the J-pop industry or J-rock industry or whatever, that have moved over to the wrestling industry and now are wrestling idols instead of singing
Wrestling?
idols.
Wrestling.
You know,
Time.
there's like one from AKB48. That group
God.
has become one of the most popular wrestlers in Stardom. So it's interesting. Maki Ito is a really popular wrestler nowadays, and she was in the idol industry also and got fired apparently from her mouth because she was too ugly. That's what they said. But she is such a cutie pie, which is ridiculous.
What?
they said
I'll talk about Stardom as long as you guys want.
No, I just realized too.
Do we
well-
need to have a Stardom segment for Champ?
Oh my god, dude! It'll be as long as this.
That'll have to be in the
podcast.
extended podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
So I just realized I didn't pound like on Atabana. So everyone go check. Make sure you pound like on the videos you like.
Yo,
Damn.
you're laughing, but I agree 100%. In fact, I said this on my last reaction where I was looking at it and I was like, I was watching Honeybee, I believe it's Honeybee. If everybody tells me, it's different.
Hanabiye?
I always thought it was Hanabiye, but
Hanabiye.
like everyone tells me I'm wrong.
Hanabiye
right?
sounds
So,
right.
but I was watching their video for Our 7 Years War, which is a great song, by the way, worth watching. Listen to that song; it's fucking awesome. And there was like, I mean, maybe like 2% of the views had likes. It was like less than 1,000 likes, and I was like, this is insane, people. Like, if you like this band, please press the like button so they get
Right.
like they're new. But if you have 50,000 views on the video and it only has 900 likes, that's a problem. That's a fan
Yeah,
problem. That's
YouTube
us.
sees that as
That's us fucking up.
Yeah, because YouTube.
That's
like,
kind
it
of.
wants at least 10%.
By the way,
interaction
though-
with the videos.
By the way,
Huh?
though, that is a little suspicious. Just saying. Normally, when you see that, it means
Well,
the
it could be
views are
fans
paid
just
for.
listening on repeat.
That's true. But normally, when you see that, it kind of signals that, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
What is suspicious as in like buying views type of thing?
Yeah. It normally, which guys, that can be bad. By the way, anybody that does that, it can be bad for your channel.
It's not a good idea for your channel
because you'll attract the wrong thing. Because the way that YouTube works is when you pull up a video, it has to have similar interests. And if you gathered a bunch of views by people that don't have similar interests, those original views will not rewatch again. So that's how YouTube filters those people out.
Also, the algorithm notices the percentage of like to view ratio.
Yeah.
And if you're buying views and they're not giving you likes, they think that people don't like the video that they watched.
Exactly.
Then they'll stuff it.
Yep. Yeah. That's why targeting is so important with advertising stuff on YouTube, because that can go south real quick. But anyways, enough of that. We're going to go ahead and do the extended podcast. We're going to go react to what? And it'll be up on the memberships and in Patreon. Well, the extended podcast will be up on memberships no matter what. The reaction we have to leave on Patreon because of blocking and all this stuff. What are we reacting to?
Baby Metal Metsuguni Live.
All right. We're off to go check out Baby Metal with Anastasia. And you guys have a good one.
Adios.
Later, Gators. Thanks for listening.
Oh, this is where I have to figure out how to end the stream.
I think you press the end stream button.
Oh.